was about to say, come on, YouTube. Ciao, hi, hey, hola, amigos. It's your boy M.K.S here, back with another video. I'm running a bit late, so I'm going to try and crack on with it. I thought of March of victory, or March of the very victory, as I put it. It's a new month, so hopefully new beginning. I've got to admit, I was suffering from a bit of depression. I sort of still am a bit, it comes and goes, I guess. But yeah, so I'm hoping a new month, a new beginning, and all that kind of thing. I've been stressing and fretting over things and struggling with my mental health problems, if I'm honest. But anyway, as I say, I'm a bit of a rush to go and watch the footy, so I might try and. I wanted to walk it, but I might have to try and catch a bus if I can on the way, or have a brisk walk and even jog along some of the way. Anyway, welcome to a new month. So yeah, I wish, in hindsight, I wish I would have been more proactive and just got on with things and done this yesterday, or at least some of it, so I could get into my dreams for Italian football. As Italy's Unification Day is on the 17th of March and St. Patrick's Day as well, I want to talk about ideas on benefiting Italian football and Ireland as well as a country and its economy and that kind of thing, but also POC, people of colour, minorities, and all sorts of things like that. So I'll come to that a bit later. So as per usual, these are pointers number 1 to 10. But yeah, I've been struggling to get the confidence, and I think I wonder if people enjoy the videos. And I did look into try making a TikTok channel, but it said something about you have to have an organisation or something. So I don't know what that's about. So I'm going to try and look into that. So I would have loved to have done, but I suppose recording on 2 platforms is probably enough. I was thinking if I record on so many, it's going to be really difficult. But it probably would be good to have a 3rd platform just in case things go wrong with the other ones. It actually gives me 2 advantages, perhaps, hopefully, having multiple platforms. One, it gives more potential reach to a wide audience. And secondly, if my content gets deleted or whatever from one platform, hopefully it's at least available on another. So I won't have recorded it. Hopefully I won't have recorded things for no reason. But having said that, with that being said, or whatever, here goes. So number 1, I suppose I've got to be patient. I'm not the most patient, but I do find change difficult for a new month or whatever, a new year, and I'm still trying to do my New Year's resolutions and things like that. But it is a fresh new start. But I'd be patient and expect that maybe the month might take a while to get better. Just keep doing the best I can, I guess. But yeah, I'd love to look into plans for the future and trying to look at how to put my ideas into action, get things started, and that kind of thing. And from a selfish point of view, I hope to look at how to unite Italy together. As I say, I would have loved to have done more yesterday, and I did the plans for March yesterday if I could have done. And I suppose I could have done. Then I started lazy and watching TV and that kind of thing. But yeah, in hindsight, I would have done my plans for March, and then today I could have talked about Italian football uniting. So I'd love to see Italians uniting, getting behind the national team, and even those from the diaspora. And I'd love to encourage my fellow Anglo-Indians and other Eurasians, from a selfish point of view, to get behind the Italian national team and Italian club teams, and wish Italian teams well in Europe and that kind of thing, and internationally, and especially a national team to get to the World Cup and hopefully go on and win it by some miracle. But yeah, I love for all of Italy and those from the diaspora to cheer on the team and that kind of thing. Yeah, looking at getting things started, but I expect the months might start a bit negative and take me a while to get used to trying to form new, hopefully positive habits. And moving on to number 2, hopefully I'll learn as I go along and see what I can do, and hopefully just do the best I can. Point number 3, I love to be able to say what's on my mind. I do struggle with that, being a bit of a coward and chicken or whatever. Saying what's on my mind and being honest, and I struggle with not wanting to offend people, and also I try to avoid conflict, and I think that's a good thing in a way, but it's a difficult one, getting the balance right between saying what's my honest opinions. On the 3rd of, think about number 3, on the 3rd of March, the 3rd month, I hope to talk about my honest political views. Yeah, I hope to do a usual 40-point list video on my, or series of videos, 40 points on my honest views politically and other ways. This can be a challenge, but I'm going to take it on as best I can. I love to promote libertarianism and that kind of thing, and free support for Italian football and things like Number 4, I hope to promote peace projects as much as possible, as I normally try and do. I know in February I tried to focus on Black empowerment, as it was Black History Month in America, and I regret not doing more videos and all that kind of thing, but hopefully I'll catch up on those. But moving on, number 5, I hope to continue to work on my goals, and as I say, I focused on trying to support African Americans and the Black diaspora for February, but in March it'll be more. I hope to look into supporting disadvantaged groups like disabled people, people with physical, mental, and or learning disabilities, neurodivergent conditions, or whatever you want to call them, like dyslexia, ADHD, autism, and that kind of thing, basically. But yeah, also physical disabilities and people with mental problems. So just myself, I guess. But I hope to help any disadvantaged groups, homeless people, disabled people, as I say, POC, people from orphans. I'd love to look into ways to put my ideas into action and help orphanages and that kind of thing. Disadvantaged people, especially younger people, if I can. I'd love to look into ways to do that and work with charities and things like that, especially ones I believe in anyway, and hopefully look at ways to ensure the money does go to those in need. And I'd love to have your suggestion on that, and I hope to look into my goals, 5-10 year plans, and things like that. Number 6, as I say, I hope Italian football can come together. I hope all those in Italy, those from the diaspora, my fellow Anglo-Indians, AIs and sometimes called us, and other Eurasians will get behind the Italian national team, and maybe even neurodivergent people, perhaps, if I can convince them, or even those with mental problems, maybe, and see how Italian football can work with those groups as well. And hopefully Italy will get to World Cup, and I'd love to see Italian teams like, I think the only one left in the Champions League, sorry for those who are not into football or soccer or whatever you call it, but I hope that Atalanta can go on and win the Champions League and surprise everyone, shock everyone even. I dream that Roma, I think hopefully they're still in Europe, in the European competitions. I hope they can go on and win the Conference League or the Europa League or whatever it is, and basically I hope Italian teams can do as well as possible in Europe and internationally, and I hope the national team can get to the World Cup and even shock everyone and go on to win it. And again, I'd love to unite Italy and those from the diaspora and my fellow Anglo-Indians, Eurasians, maybe even neurodivergent people and people with mental health problems, as I say, behind the Italian national team and work to the best of my ability. Number 7, I hope Celtic can turn things around. I said I'm in a rush because I'm hoping to go and watch the footy or soccer again, or whatever you want to call it, at the pub with my dad. So all being well, we can turn things around and go on to win the league and hopefully even a double. Shame we couldn't win a treble because we blew the final last time, but I hope we can finally get our act together and focus on the league and cup and hopefully win those. And I hope to work smarter if I can, smart, as hard as necessary, as smart as possible and as hard as necessary, or whatever. And yeah, I hope Celtic can improve. I'd love to fundraise for Italian soccer and Celtic and form a partnership between those finally, as I talked about, ASAP, or at least, and maybe plan for that in March. I don't know if I can achieve that in March, but ASAP, I guess. Number 8, as I say, I love to support POC, people of colour, and that kind of thing. And I wish to God I was an optimist and a positive person, but I've got to admit, I'm quite a negative, pessimist and a negative person, and I guess I suffer from an existential crisis and a nihilist. Someone put it like, I see most things in life, or probably pretty much everything in life, as like a chore, and I admit I do too. So I can relate to that really. You might think we're the only people in that area, but I hope I can make the world a better place as much as possible and try to be as positive as possible, I guess. And I'd love for people to share tips, like on my Facebook, on my timeline, and on my videos, in my comment section, all that kind of thing, talk about how to make the world a better place, how to be more optimistic and positive. One good thing I think is it's quite, if people think it's not that easy to find a purpose, if you get on paper or online or whatever, you can even send it to me or type it up in the comments, like something that really annoys you about the world, especially something that affects not only you, but other people, like poverty or people suffering or whatever, and that can give you a purpose to say, oh, for instance, I want to alleviate suffering. That my 5 causes, which I talk about, are my purpose, which I would rather have said in point number 9, but I've gone ahead of myself. But point number 9. I did want to wake up a bit earlier today, but I do struggle to push myself to sleep. I think I did quite well to wake up about 9 o'clock. By the time I had my breakfast and all that, and wanted to make this video, and I was running late. Having my breakfast and then watching too much YouTube or whatever. If there is such a thing as too much YouTube, I wanted to get my ideas onto paper, and I hope to do that. But I did struggle. But it is what it is, as I say. And number 10, I love to support young people, as I say, if I can, and I love to, as much as I can, and I love to support. I'd love to work on my 5 to 10 year plans in my diary, and that kind of thing, my diaries, and my notes, and that kind of thing, as much as possible. And yeah, as I say, I did try and look into making a TikTok channel. So again, it said something like your organisation, and you have to post something about an organisation. So I'm not sure what that was about. I thought anyone could make a TikTok channel just like YouTube, but I might try and look into. Well, I'm going to try and look into that if I can. But yeah, really yourself active. And on that note,